Also, the classified documents found in Biden's private office from his time as VP include U.S. intelligence materials on Iran, the UK, Ukraine. But does anybody care? Actually, CNN has at least been covering this. They have covered this.
Yeah.
Now, they also put up on CNN.com, they put up a graph comparing Trump and his documents to Biden and his documents. And it's interesting because they sort of can't find the stupid. Oh, okay, yeah, that's why, because I didn't see.
Because you're on the Golden Globes.
No, that's
checking
right.
those out. Those
exactly. Yeah, here it is. So Joe Biden, 10 total documents. Donald Trump, at least 325 total documents. Joe Biden, some top secret. Donald Trump, 60 top secret. Joe Biden cooperating.
Oh, go.
Donald Trump under investigation for obstruction. Joe Biden, lawyers found and alerted about the archives. And Donald Trump, archives first reached out to Trump lawyers. So it's way worse with Trump, of course.
Yeah, the Biden team discovered this before the election. So a couple months ago.
Yeah.
So wow, they were so forthright.
Oh, yeah.
And what were these documents that's suspiciously missing from that list? They involve what? Iran,
yes,
all sorts of foreign enemies.
Iran, UK, Ukraine.
Okay, maybe not. Maybe
so I think everything's fine.
Yeah, everything is fine.
Everything's fine. Don't worry about it. He was ignoring any questions that were asked of him. He was sitting there with Justin Trudeau and was asked questions about it, which he ignored.
All week he's been ignoring questions. And by the way, it cannot be lost that this Biden Penn Center has received $54 million in donations from China. I'm telling you, that's going to come back around if journalists do their due diligence. We're going to find out what's going on there. That is a front for something. You had $14.8 million from an anonymous donor, one singular donor. 22 of those $54 million are anonymous dollars coming in from China. Who had access to those documents? Anyhow, but like you said, he's been ignoring questions and stuff.
Yeah. Oh, he's perfect. He's not tainted at all by anything.
CNN.com says so.
Let's take you back to September when Joe Biden admonished Donald Trump for having classified documents that he shouldn't have had in his house.
And you saw the photograph of the top secret documents laid out on the floor at Mar-a-Lago. What did you think to yourself?
What'd you think to yourself?
Looking at that image.
What a tough question.
How that could possibly happen. How anyone could be that irresponsible. And I thought, what data was in there that may compromise sources and methods?
Is that what you thought?
By that I mean
names
of people who helped, or et cetera.
Sure.
And it's just totally irresponsible.
Right.
And you don't know.
And you don't know. And you don't know what?
I don't know what he doesn't know.
Wow. The hypocrisy, the corruption.
Totally irresponsible to be leaving classified documents.
Yeah.
Outside of the...
At least with Mar-a-Lago, it was a private residence and it was guarded by the Secret Service. You know? Yeah, at least there was some line of defense there against others just wandering in and taking stuff. He's in a public place. I mean... It's probably not likely that people are going to go into that closet, kick it open and get into that closet. But still, I mean, it's in a public place where you invite outsiders, and they're trying to excuse all of Biden's crimes here, but you can't.
Yeah.
You just can't.
And since he was refusing to address this over like 48 hours, then you had his little minions out there like Joy Behar. Oh, my gosh. This is madness. Her yesterday on The View. You got to see this, man. God.
Really, I think that what you just said is right, that there are differences in what happened.
Yes, but the optics are not good.
Well, we all know that Trump is a liar and a thief, you know?
Do we know that?
So it's not that big a jump
So it's
to
not that
say
big of a
that he
jump.
obstructed and he lied. We don't think that Biden is a liar and a thief, so we give him the benefit of the doubt. That's probably what's
Give him the
going
benefit
on.
of the doubt.
But what I think also is
Oh,
going
my
on, no matter
gosh.
what the truth of it is, Whoopi, they will spin it, Bubblehead and Marjorie Taylor and that crowd, Matt Gaetz. You think they're not going to spin this, that it's just as bad as Trump? And so the lie gets out there, people believe it, just like that Donaldson person, whatever his name is.
Byron.
What's his name?
Byron
Donalds.
Yeah, say his
I saw
name.
him also. He was at the fight on the floor, too, wasn't he?
He was nominated for speaker a number of
Yes,
times.
by two people.
He's the new darling. 15 rounds.
But I mean, what I'm
darling
just
of the
saying is that the
Republican Party.
lying has been so invasive, so ubiquitous, that no one will believe the truth anymore. And that you can put that at the feet of Donald Trump, who started the lying.
Wow.
So,
Oh,
You hear
my
that?
God.
Lies didn't exist until Donald Trump, says Joy Behar. Oh, God.
You look like an idiot.
I can't with the Coven.
Joe Biden is a far bigger liar, and for far longer in public office
50
than,
years, man.
than Donald Trump. The guy's been lying literally for over 50 years now.
Yeah. What was the
Over 50.
They're going after the Santos guy, right, for fudging on his resume there.
Yeah.
But anything Joe Biden has said, 50 years worth of lies.
Oh,
I
my
mean,
gosh.
He had to leave a presidential campaign for plagiarizing a speech.
And she acts like he's never lied.
I don't.
Trump's a big liar, but we all know that Joe Biden doesn't lie.
So yeah, that's why we're giving him the benefit of the doubt.
Is there a
Listen to
single
yourself.
day he hasn't lied to our face?
Right.
I don't think there's one day of his presidency or one day of his public office service that he hasn't lied to us.
Or his life. I'm not gonna.
Yeah, right.
So yesterday he
Jeez.
finally is forced to address this because he's
Okay.
at this at the podium.
The North
with
American
Trudeau
leaders
and the Mexican guy.
thing.
And, yeah.
Let's check that
There
out.
we go.
Joe Biden.
Well, let me get rid of the easy one first.
Okay.
People know I take classified documents and classified information seriously.
No,
When my lawyers were clearing out my office at the University of Pennsylvania, they set up an office for me, secure office in the Capitol. The 4 years after being vice president, I was a professor at Penn. They found some documents in a box.
Is that even true?
Locked
2 years,
cabinet,
not 4.
or
Okay,
at
they
least
found
a
some.
closet.
Here we go.
And as soon as they did, they realized
Read
there
it,
were
read it.
several classified documents in that box. And they did what they should have done. They immediately called the archives, turned them over to
Right.
the archives, and I was briefed about this discovery and surprised to learn that there were any government records that were taken there to that office. But I don't
He was
know
surprised
what's
to
in the
learn that.
documents. My lawyers have not suggested I ask what documents they were.
Oh.
I've turned over the boxes. They've turned over the boxes to the archives. And we're cooperating fully with the review, and which I hope will be finished soon. And there'll be more detail at that time.
Yeah. Okay.
Again, no responsibility for anything.
No.
He hasn't taken responsibility or ownership of anything.
Yeah, and this review is staying within the Department of Justice. Merrick Garland is not giving it to an independent investigator. This is going to go nowhere. It's going to amount to nothing, and he's going to continue to dodge what Joy Behar wants to give him the benefit of the doubt. I do not. So
Well, he doesn't deserve the
No.
benefit of the doubt. The guy's a lying sack of crap. And he's always been. He's also dementia riddled, which doesn't help.
that's probably why his lawyers didn't tell him what they found, because he'd probably end up
He'd probably
telling the
blab
world.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah, he probably would.
and then he would really have some troubles.
Yep. Like he had nothing to do with any of these documents being anywhere in his possession. I don't even know how they ended up there. I don't know what they are. I don't know what's in those boxes. I thought that in those boxes were some old albums I had from the 70s. I used to keep
Oh wow.
a good deal of music. But then
understandable.
I kind of boxed them up because we don't have a turntable anymore. So I was really surprised to hear that they weren't my old Led Zeppelin records.
That was nice of your attorneys to take care of that for you.
Wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know how these documents got there. I guess.
I want to know what those documents were.
So do I.
I want to know right now. If we're going to lay out stuff that we find in the home of a private citizen, Donald Trump. We're going to lay out what we found at this office of a sitting president. Let's go. Lay it out. Let's do. We didn't get the pre-dawn raid, right?
No.
So
no, we did not.
Are we going to get the photographs of everything spread out on the floor?
Can you imagine the reaction from the Hollywood elitists in the Coven there on The View if the FBI did raid his home in Delaware? Any of his homes, wherever they may be? Because he's got several. Maybe the beach home, maybe his home in the city. I don't know.